territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Montgomery now up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Setting up the running back screen. This is ahead for about 5. That was Stephon Gilmore stopping that play. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Now Daniels off the play action. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jack Jones making that tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Daniels. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense ready to get going again now. And they take over down 10-3 following that score.
Let's go now.
1st and 10, they're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Pass play coming here. Completed over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them the first. He's going to throw this one. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he gets a 1 as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and they're going to have a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And backed up this deep in their own territory, probably content to just take that lead into the locker room. Daniels on first down. He lofts it deep left. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Daniels now. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Daniels back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Throwing for the end zone. And he makes the catch for the tip drill touchdown. The Commanders will extend their lead as time expires in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. Now that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll get you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the 2nd half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. That's more of the catch out left. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Option play. Here's Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Taken in by Likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. And that brings up 2nd and 7. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Daniels now against a blitz. Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. Man, it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Pass play now. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw it on 1st down. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
And 10 yards to go.
They'll throw it. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he found some running room for a nice gain. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal.
Running for it again. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Aviators start the 2nd half with some needed points. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Chased out to his right. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll start this series with an option left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
They connect on the deep shot. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 9-point advantage. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game.
Commanders 24, Aviators 14.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Aviators and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. They'll run here on first down. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From midfield now. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They get 22 on that one. And that'll give them a first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 16. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Cut near the goal line. And in for the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Able to find Dotson here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Jahan Dotson. A gamble heaven on the play. First down, Washington.
Daniels from the pistol. Jukes one defender. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a first.
First down, Washington.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play fake here, Daniels. Fits it through the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On second and 10 now, Daniels. Into traffic, complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Canton. Commanders holding on to a field goal lead. Third and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw it. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Now we've got a pause. Timeout called on the offensive side of the ball. He's back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. Airing it out to start this drive. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it inside the 25. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense will probably rather forget. Here's Algier on first down. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Setting up for the kneel down on third. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He just throws this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it deep downfield. And what a play! He scores! They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. For students of this incredible